and we'd like to pay our respects to the people, the elders of this land, the Larrakia people of the past, present and emerging. So welcome everyone from the community of the PKMT and enjoy your night.
Loving gracious God, we give you thanks as we gather as your people. Rain your blessings upon us, instill in us a love desire to serve as we continue to give our being within ourselves to serve our communities and our people. We represent it because we welcome the guests, and that is the continuation of the presentation. No, there's friendship, there's relationship, there's peace, and then it's the Fofola Fala meaning, unroll the net, then we talk, then we tell them all. Hello, I'm my Minister for Multicultural Northern Territory Government, Ngari Akit. Thank you. I'm Yvonne Bradley, First Nations representatives. This cover is for the Seymour Leicester representatives here, representing the Consulate General, who are unable to make it, but his representative is here. For 3 claps, and then we'll signal the person who said that. Thank you. At this time, the representative from the federal government who are here, Department of Home Affairs, Nikolai is in the corner there, to cover for you. This time we'll serve our Pacific Islands representative over here. On behalf of the Pacific Island Council of Northern Territory, or PIC&T in short, we have members who are here. I am the president of PIC&T, and deputy president is Laurent. Your hands up, Laurent. Okay, Laurent's there. Treasurer, Salita, treasurer. Secretary Ribuna is up there in the cooking, and public officer, where is public officer is up there, Warwick up there, and then we have other members there, Loisy there up at the front. Where's the rest? Hank there, is already getting ready, and 2 others. Who's the other one? Where's Cecilia? And Cecilia, Roland as well, and I think a few more. And also those who were, this is only our second year, it's the first year, we have Drew Alotu there, Reverend Isaiah, Eliezer there, and a few other people who are not here, but they were part of the beginning of PIC&T. In short, PIC&T is the Fale. Is the house for all Pacific Islands in Northern Territory. We have various communities. The responsibility of PIC&T is to weave all the Pacific Islands, bring all the canoes together to one boat. It allows us together, we're stronger. So the purpose of PIC&T is becoming the peak body for all the Pacific Islands in Northern Territory. There's so many Pacific Islands who were here. Their parents died here. Their children of the missionaries were here. There's so many people who have been here for many years. Children, grandchildren here. And we continue to grow. We have many people, the Palm schemes are here. The Fijians, the Vanuatu, the Solomon Islands, they are here. The growth of Pacific Islands in Northern Territories is very huge and continue to grow. So we have a responsibility for our people here, those who are coming, our children and grandchildren, to weave the mat for them so they understand the cultures, the values of the Pacific Islands. And in our focus for PKNT, is the future looks very, very bright. It's bringing everyone together. So thank you for coming tonight as we continue on our fellowship tonight. But I'm so grateful that the minister, despite all the Karma Festival, there's so many things happening around on this weekend, but she attended. And because the very time we launched this, she was here. The time when we had our event in the park, in a water park, she came. And is a true friend of the Pacific Islands. And Nari, and I'm sure, put your hands together, she's a member, labor member for Karamba. I'm sure you'll be here till you retire. Because you're friends of the Pacific Islands, you'll be here, we'll continue to offer, and your 100% full support. So please put your hands together for Nari to give us a
Ladies and gentlemen, it's an absolute pleasure to be able to join you here in a dual role tonight. I'm the current member for Karama, which takes in Bolter Road and Baton Road, and so I take in this area as well. And as a Minister for Multicultural Affairs, it's great to be here as well. So I want to start by thanking Yvonne for the acknowledgement of country and also pay my deepest respects to Larrakia elders past, present and emerging. I acknowledge Larrakia people's strong connection to country, their practice of law, and I thank them for sharing this piece of paradise with us all. As a proud Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander woman, I'm really, really proud to be here. Like Haloti has said, I've been there when PKNT first came about. I was interested in the story about the development and the support from South Australia, and I was really excited to be able to provide whatever support I could in my role as the Minister for Multicultural Affairs. And I do want to acknowledge my incredible advisor, Jaya Srinivas, who has been there flying the flag with me from the get-go, making sure that all of your events and appointments have been in my calendar and making sure I was organised to get here. So thank you, Jaya. The Family Day was absolutely amazing, and it's just lovely tonight, and congratulations to Haloti and your team for bringing everyone together. I think PKNT is going to be a huge success story. It already is, and you've made a great start. So if there's anything my government and I can continue to do, fingers crossed after the election in the same capacity, we will endeavour to do that. But in the past 2 and a bit years that I've been Minister, my focus has been on events like these and making sure everybody in our community feels supported and making sure that they have opportunities to celebrate culture with everyone else as well. So to Semi and her incredible team at the Kalimnian Brotherhood, thank you for sharing your facility with everyone else. It's really important that everybody is able to celebrate in, magnificent venues like this. Part of my commitment going into the election is $500,000 to map out a new site in Alice Springs, a multicultural, multi-purpose hall, and also one in Palmerston. We know we don't have enough halls at the moment, so it's really great to see you using and accessing this as one of the facilities. So again, to everybody, have a fantastic night. Thank you for everything you do in our community. And if there's anything me and my team can follow up on, please don't hesitate to let us know. But I do have to duck off to the NT Timor Chinese Association Hall opening shortly. But if I have time, I'm going to try and duck back. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Yeah, thank you, the Minister. Thanks for your time. It's always been very supportive of what we have been doing. I think it is important, of course, the Chief Minister, the Minister can go any time, but we want to let you know there's some greetings from the Chief Ministers, sends her apologies. Also Natasha Files, the member for Nightcliff, also sent her apologies. Labour member for Solomon, Luke Gosling, sent his apologies. Because of Karma Festival. I think we picked maybe the wrong weekend, but never mind. Nari is here, we are here, and then of course from the Timor-Leste people who come here. One thing I want to just remind you about how our constitution is structured. So the Pacific Island Constitution, PNT, is structured in a way, number one, is infused on the values of the Pacific Islands out from a Christian's perspective. Number two, all the Pacific Islands are all part of it, and we are defined by not the islands, the land, we are defined by the moana, by the Pacific Ocean, meaning we're the biggest continent in the world because of the water. We are the biggest continent in the world. We may be little islands around, but we are the biggest continent. So it's important to keep that in mind. Therefore, the way PNT work is we look at Australia as 26 million people. Then Papua New Guinea, it's about 9 million people. Together with Papua, you look at 11 million people. Listen to this, 11 million people, PNG in Papua, West Papua. New Zealand's only 5 million people, all right? It's small. So Papua New Guinea, you see how important it is. And Papua as well, that's the biggest in the Pacific. And then you go down the list, and Fiji is about 900,000. You know, the lists go down, and the total of all the Pacific Islands except Papua is only 3.5 million people. 25 islands. Keep that in mind, perspective. 25 islands, only 3.5 million people. Papua, it's 11.8 million people. What does it tell us? It's next door, our biggest brothers in the Pacific is Papua, PNG, and West Papua as well. In doing all this, we remember our people in the islands because some people are not free. Some people are still there, trying, struggling through their own ways. We keep that in mind. And because we are part of Timor-Leste, we're part of it, and Timor-Leste, I think it's about, how many people there in Timor? 1.5? Say 1.5. Because it's you're part of the Pacific. And we are all interconnected. You know why? Because of the language. If we call out 1 to 10, it's about the same as all these islands, okay? Because we are connected, sometimes people think that Pacific Islands come from South America, North America, but no, it's actually the latest discovery. We are from Asia. We are part of this. So that's why we are interconnected with Timor. Therefore, our constitution is structured that way, so we're Timor is part of the Pacific. Remember, they're connected with the ocean. Therefore, they are here because we are part of it. But also in the PALM scheme, Pacific Australia Labour Mobility Schemes, Timor and the rest of the Pacific. We're all part of it, and we just say Pacific, which includes Timor. And we have some of our people here who are here from the PALM scheme. Anyone here, workers here? Also, this PALM scheme. Yeah, some of our workers are not here, but they're doing great things. It is a fantastic time for us in Pacific Island here, because we actually help Northern Territory economy growing, and we are here. And part of our discussion, and I've discussed with the minister when we had our fund day, the opportunity for us, just imagine, in many years from now we have our own Pacific Island Center, cultural center, which is appropriate for Pacific Islands structure, valley, the way we live. So we can have your events, we can have our things. This government is very supportive, the minister is very supportive. They are very supportive of where we are, where we're heading, because they know we are at the heartbeat of the connection with the Pacific Islands. And you know by now, if you speak to the First Nations people here, which we are all First Nation too, that's what they say. That is what's in their thinking. Therefore, we're not just an idea. It actually is already embedded in what we do. With federal government, Northern Territory government, and we're here. Last week I was in Canberra, the meeting of all Community Connection from Australia, Pacific Islands representative. 1 week, the Salvation Army, we talk about community connection, we talk about, it's so exciting, so exciting. the way we're going forward is so exciting. It's, I think that we said. I remember the minister said to me, she can't wait to see our children step up, become politicians, become leaders here in Northern Territory. He told me, when she looked at all the kids in the park, I think there's a reality. We will have our own Pacific Islands in some of these key positions here in governments and then business and in community. So that's just a brief of where we are, what we do. And then of course, as a P&T, our commitment to all Pacific Islands is to help you to structure. Because often what we've been doing is we have our own day of celebration. We have our own day, Fiji Day, Tonga Day, Samoa Day, you name it, Vanuatu Day, but we need to be incorporated the legal structure first. To do that, and then we continue to engage and build on that. We will help you structure, we'll help you to make sure that everything is legally structured, interconnected, that we fulfill all the compliance, the law and the requirement, and that's important. And we continue to build the relationship. So thank you for coming, I think for tonight. So this opportunity, I'll give it to some of his guests, some of my our guests who are here. And of course, the Minister, feel free to go anytime when time to go. But I'll give it to our Timor-Leste French representative to say a few words. I said they're all part of the family. Thank you.
So it is an honor for us, particularly for this Pacific, to extend an invitation to our Consulate General Timor-Leste in Darwin. Once again, thank you so much. So back in, I just briefly thought about this Timor-Leste and Pacific build bilateral cooperations, not in Timor-Leste independence, but since Timor-Leste struggled for its independence in 1974, Pacific is really support Timor-Leste in United Nations General Assembly for both Timor-Leste independence back in 1974 up to 1982. This is a very tremendous historically for Timor-Leste and Pacific. So Timor-Leste restored its independence in 20 May 2002. Timor-Leste started with bilateral cooperations into these Pacific Islands and then other countries in order to support Timor-Leste national development. Once again, it is an honor to Pacific Islands invited us today for gathering together with Pacific Cultural. So once again, thank you so much for inviting us. Thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone. I will try to make my exit very soon if people come to me. No, in all seriousness, I'm really pleased to be here and to see for first time. I've been about 6 years now community liaison officer with Home Affairs, and for first time I have the chance to be here and see all that vibrant community. In my team that is based in Brisbane, I have 2 persons who know many more people of you here than myself. One of them is Suli, or Julian Light, and he is a very important person for the King of Tonga. So he was recently ordained as one of the chief people for the King of Tonga. The other one is Natalie Richards, and she knows also Minister Nariake. Anyway, I will leave many of my business cards with Heloti. If not now, whenever you feel like, do drop a line, email, call me if you have anything to ask about the Pacific Engagement Visa, the lottery, and also the Palm Scheme. Thank you very much.
As you have heard, Nikolai is for Home Affairs. Any questions about immigrations, as you know, visas from the Pacific, you have family issues, you're here. I've got his cards. Here, I'll give it to you. So even if he goes, we know his office in Darwin. Pick NT will be attending a session. When is the session? Next week? Soon. We will give you the details because the office are meetings, they're coming. So at least we know as a friend of the Pacific. Anything to do with visa and so forth, Nikolai is here to give us a hand and explain. Okay, thanks Nikolai. There's been good friends of the Pacific Islands. One thing we have in common, because we all talk about rugby union, and we want the Wallabies to win. And we're so happy they've started already with games against Wales and so forth. But yeah, we love talk rugby. But of course, Luke has been very close friends to the Pacific. And he'll tell you more about it. He's been to the Pacific and representative, the voice of the Pacific in many ways, in many forums. So at this point, thanks Luke for coming. I'll put you on the spot and please say a few words. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Really appreciate the invitation to come along tonight. I came back from the Gama Festival in Eastern Arnhem Land a little while ago, this afternoon, so that I could be here. There was a special bonus or a surprise when I was out at the Gama Festival with the Yolngu people and visitors from all around Australia and internationally, was that there was a delegation of ministers from the Pacific who were there at the Gama Festival. From Tuvalu, PNG, Solomon Islands, Fiji, Samoa, Tonga I think was there, and some representatives of the Christian churches of the Pacific organisation. So it was wonderful to be with them in that festival in Arnhem Land with the traditional owners of that country out there, and I acknowledge the Larrakia, the traditional owners for this country here. But it was one delegation that is indicative of our federal government, and the Prime Minister was there in Arnhem Land today, and the cultural aspect of our foreign policy and our embrace of our Pacific family. And in my work, representing Darwin and Palmerston down in the Federal Parliament, I've been fortunate enough to be on delegations this year and last year to Fiji, Samoa, Vanuatu, and even when I went to Taiwan to help inaugurate the new president of Taiwan recently, I had a good yarn about rugby with the Prime Minister of Tuvalu. So it's been wonderful for me in recent times representing the Australian government to spend time with Prime Ministers and Presidents from the Pacific, and even more wonderful to be with you all here tonight. We have so much in common, not just a love of rugby, but important as that is, I think it was indicative of our closeness with the Pacific. Two things come to mind for me. One was when Fiji beat the Wallabies, no one was sad. In fact, everyone was happy. And in fact, there was 5 Fijians, I think, in our team, and we still couldn't win. But rugby brings us all together in certain ways. Certainly, speaking personally, our Christian faith also brings us together in many ways. Our love of family and our want for a sustainable future. And I don't want to keep you for too long tonight, but I just wanted to say that obviously our government takes climate change, sea level rises, and all those threats to your homes, your families' homes, very seriously. Can I just also acknowledge, as well as our Pacific family, our Indo-Pacific Timor-Leste friends. This year is very significant for Darwin and for Timor-Leste. 25 years ago, the people of Timor-Leste bravely stood up for their freedom. We will commemorate that this year, alongside our Indonesian friends. Peace is what we all want and aspire to, but also sustainable livelihood, sustainable economies. Just this last week I've been down in Tasmania meeting with Antarctic scientists. There are some very concerning movements in Antarctica as far as sea ice goes and the temperature of currents. Not to say too much about that, except to say we need to take climate change very seriously, and no one knows that more than our Pacific family, and that our federal government is committed to working with our Pacific family to make sure that there are sustainable futures for all of our peoples. Thank you very much, Haloti, and the committee that brought this great event together. To everyone, if you can't get the answers you want out of the Department of Home Affairs, then my office is in Casuarina, just opposite Kentucky Fried Chicken, and we will help you however we can. I just want to give a shout out to my friend Nari O'Kid. Nari, as a multicultural minister and many other things for the NT government, has been a wonderful friend of this community, but also the whole community. I've never ceased to be amazed by her time, her compassion and her leadership. So thank you very much, Nari. And Haloti, I might end it there, but it's wonderful to be here. Thanks very much for the invitation.
Yo!